Max Verstappen chased down and passed Lewis Hamilton to claim victory in the opening sprint of the 2024 F1 season at Chinese Grand Prix. Hamilton passed pole sitter Lando Norris on the lead at the first corner, but was powerless to resist the pace of Verstappen, who came from fourth on the grid to ease into the lead before the halfway stage of a 19-lap contest and then easily pulled clear. Verstappen's teammate Perez took third after coming out on top of a dramatic four-car battle which saw Alonso retire before making contact with a Ferrari's Sainz. While Sainz was able to finish, the Spaniard suffered damage and dropped down to fifth after being overtaken by teammate Leclerc in the closing stages. Alonso was judged by the stewards to have caused the collision and received a 10-second penalty and after the race, but was no impact due to his DNF. Having been run wide off the track trying to defend from Hamilton, Norris was left for sixth ahead of teammate Piastri. Hamilton's Mercedes teammate George Russell, the only driver to use soft rather than medium tyres, drove a strong race to come from 11th to take the final point in 8th. The victory extends Verstappen's World Championship lead to 15 points as Perez kind of tries to chase down the Dutchman, but it's unsuccessful. Red Bull lead over Ferrari is 26 points, while Verstappen's searing pace established himself as a clear favourite in Sunday's full race. The fact that teams are going to change their setups under the new format left room for the likes of Perez and Ferraris to reduce their pace deficit ahead of qualifying. And after a wet sprint quali, Friday mixed up the grid. The qualifying was whether the top three of Norris, Hamilton and Alonso could deny Verstappen, who appeared to have the fastest car in dry conditions. The pre-race consensus was that only Norris's McLaren would have the pace to put up serious resistance, but the Brits' hope of a maiden victory were almost over. Having spun his wheels when pulling away on the formation lap, Norris once again made a poor start when the contest gone for real, and Hamilton got alongside and overtook him in turn 1. And Norris made the poor decision, refusing to back out and then getting dumped out. It seemed inevitable Verstappen would overhaul Hamilton and Alonso, but early complaints over his battery and a failure to close in on the Aston Martin created hope of an upset. However, Verstappen eventually became more comfortable and eased past. Hamilton had a 2-second lead over the Red Bull, but that was very quickly evaporated. The first few laps were hectic, says Verstappen. They were pushing quite hard up front, and I had Carlos behind with new tyres, so it was very difficult to keep him behind initially. Once everything settled a bit, it became a bit stronger. I was more comfortable and I can just work with that. Hamilton's decision not to put out much of a fight was quickly vindicated as Verstappen pulled away more. That's the best result I've had in a long time, Hamilton said, receiving huge ovation, saying he's super happy with the result. And while Alonso was unable to provide Hamilton with a buffer to Verstappen, the Aston Martin driver did do his teammate a favour by holding up the Ferraris and Perez for much of the remainder. A DRS train formed behind Alonso, whose resistance was finally ended on lap 17 by Carlos, but not without a fight. Sainz cut back on the inside of Alonso on the turn 6 hairpin and seemed to have got the pass down before the latter made a somewhat reckless dive, and a few corners later contact between the pair would give Alonso race-ending damage, but Sainz was forced off wide and off track on the outside of turn 10, which allowed Perez to sweep to third. After summoning both drivers, Alonso was found guilty, got a meaningless 10-second penalty and 3 penalty points, taking him up to 6 points over the 12 months. Sainz was then under pressure from Leclerc and was guilty of some overzealous defending of his own, bumping and pushing his Ferrari teammate off the track at the final hairpin. Leclerc would complete the pass moments later and cross the line to his defence, with Sainz offering a post-race apology. After reviewing the incident between the Ferraris, the stewards decided no further action was necessary, probably because they're teammates, let's face it. And before I go, let me run you through the classification from the sprint race. Verstappen coming out on top, Hamilton in second. I think great drives from both of them. It looked for a while like Verstappen may struggle, but eventually he got past them relatively easy as well. Hamilton, great job from him, really outperforming that car after a great qualifying yesterday, and I think that could really kickstart his season. Now, Perez in third, I think, decent job from Perez. He'll be disappointed not to get through Hamilton, but did well to get through the chaos. Leclerc and Sainz having a bit of a ding-dong battle, probably about the maximum they could have achieved today as well. Hamilton just seems slightly further out of distance, with all the battling that was going on. But really fun and entertaining battle. As for McLaren, I think Norris will be so disappointed with that start, because he definitely could have finished second, even if he just stayed behind Hamilton. But it's only a sprint race, not too many consequences. And then you got Piastri in seventh, which I think, was a solid drive, still a bit of a way behind his teammate, but it was what it was. Russell in 8th, again, a bit of a way behind his teammate from where he qualified on the soft tyres. I think he did quite a good job. Zhou will be gutted just to miss out on points in his home race, but that was a great drive from him. Similar story for Magnussen. I think Ricciardo did a good job as well. And then, Bottas just slightly behind. He'll be slightly frustrated with that. And then you got Ocon, I think, punching above his weight in that Alpine, to be honest. Gasly not too far behind. Stroll, though, a disappointing result. And that's where he kind of needs to be doing more of the business. And then you had the likes of Snowden and Albon, who was just screwed from qualifying. Similar story for Hulkenberg. And then Alonso, just getting a bit too ambitious. I guess you can afford to do it in a sprint race, but still frustrating. And yeah, Logan Sargent only one place behind his teammate, which I guess is an improvement. But yeah, kind of just in his usual position. So anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.